Hey everyone, this is William Grazione for the Fitness Online Coaching Academy. I'm here today to answer a question in regards to one of our clients named Megan. Now, like many of you, Megan is working with a female client who has had their menstrual cycle kind of slow down a bit. Now, I think it's important to understand why this happens. So, when we are at energy balance, right? When we are at energy homeostasis, our bodies are happy. There's enough energy to go around to be able to fulfill all of the needs of all of the physiological processes that occur within the body. Okay? However, once we try to tip that scale and we take the balance out of the equation to where now we're in a caloric deficit, those physiological processes now don't have the energy to be able to run as inefficiently as they once could. So what happens is that the energy is thus taken away. So now we have these hormone imbalances, and we have these imbalances that can occur specifically within female clients that cause your cycle, your menstrual cycle, to slow down. Okay? Now, a few things that I think are important to consider when this happens. One of which is that the females who typically can maintain a leaner body composition, so they have a leaner body fat set point pretty much year round. They're athletic, they can eat a pretty high amount of food and stay pretty lean. Usually what we come to see is that those female clients can usually go through a fat loss phase or even a contest prep, get super shredded, but they never lose their cycle. On the other end of that, you have a female whose body fat set point may be like 25, 30, even higher percentage of body fat. And for most women in this area, typically what happens is after a few months of being in a caloric deficit, and it also depends if you're structuring in refeeds or diet breaks, which can help a lot. But females who do have a little bit more adipose tissue, higher body fat set point, usually their bodies are more restrictive in regards to what it can get away with, particularly because they have more fat to lose. So it's very common for somebody who is a little bit heavier to start to lose their cycle a bit faster versus somebody who's naturally lean and athletic anyway. All right. So why does this happen? Okay. So there are pulses that occur within your menstruation cycle that are driven by energy. So we have to have the energy, they have to have the calories and able to drive these pulses so that you'll have a strong menstrual cycle every month. Now when we start to pull some of that energy back, the pulses become lighter, right? So the pulses go from being very consistent to being shifting to a place where now we're creating menstrual irregularities, okay? So this is why, periods can be spotty. And then eventually what happens is that then they go to being non-existent, okay? Now, this isn't necessarily inherently a bad thing. It's just a side effect of taking your body to a leaner state that it doesn't want to be in. Now, what I typically do, if I'm dieting a female client, and let's say, for instance, she has a goal to lose 15 pounds, and we get maybe I'd say, halfway there. So we lose like 7 pounds, and then all of a sudden she misses her period, okay? Very common. There's no reason for me to freak out, and there's no reason for my client to freak out, okay? Because you have the experience and you know exactly what's going on. So it's very important for you to keep the cool, keep the calm, and just explain to them precisely what is actually occurring right now and why the cycle is slowing down. So in that turn, understanding that hormonal fluctuations occur because of the reduction, it would be a good idea to then transfer them out of that and maybe have them go through a diet break. Maybe 10, maybe 14 days. And I can pretty much guarantee you that that increase in food will be enough to stimulate their hormones, enough to stimulate the metabolism, so that all of those energy-based physiological processes can now become optimized once again. And I'd be very surprised if she didn't get her period back the following month, and then you would essentially go back down into a fat loss phase. Now, again, this has to be something that you and the client agree upon. So, once you typically reach out to them and you explain exactly what's going on, in most cases they will completely understand, and they will appreciate and respect you more because of your knowledge and your willingness to want to help them, and for you actually taking their health, making their health your number one priority. Because most people out there will not do that. Client loses their period, oh, it's just part of it. Don't worry about it. It's all good, right? However, what usually happens is that it's harder to get that cycle back after the fat loss phase is over, much less most people never plan for what's going to happen after the fat loss phase anyway. So when you diet a client, you have to know what you're going to do after the fat loss phase is over. So what I'd recommend is always have that plan to reset to maintenance after the fat loss phase is over. However, you can use these diet breaks sporadically in order to be able to keep control of this hormonal balance that most females need in order to keep their hormone levels high. Now, it comes with the territory, guys. You calorically restrict, these things occur, okay? So, again, don't freak out. Express to them that you're just looking out for their health. You have the option to either continue to push, which your client's doing very well. They've lost 4 pounds over the last 5 weeks. That's very good. You have the opportunity to either keep pushing and understand that after the fat loss phase is over, you can regain the cycle, depending on the person, anywhere from a month to 6 months, okay? Now, most people, though, I'd say the average is 3 to 4 months, okay? I'd say that's the average. However, I have had some gals get it back within a month, and I've had some girls who have extreme dieting histories that it may take 6 months or longer, okay? So hopefully this answer was helpful, Megan, and you got something out of this. And let me know if you guys liked the video. If you did, please comment below and let me know what you thought, all right? Again, this is William Grazione for the Fitness Online Coaching Academy, and I hope you guys have an awesome day. Thank you. Bye.